Alright, so alongside the amazing trailer that we did get regarding the upcoming 10th anniversary characters, teasing who they could potentially be, we also do have an updated Guild Quest schedule going from the end of June all the way till the end of August. Now, this is important to know for many reasons. Because one, if you care about Guild Quest, it does allow you to know ahead of time what type of characters are going to be coming out in terms of range type and also killer effects. Because what Caleb like to do is rerun or release characters corresponding to the available Guild Quests that just so happen to be active when they release. A quick example, right? This upcoming end of month banner, which is going to be swimsuit characters, will, because of this Guild Quest schedule, feature a range speed sniper killer and also a technique melee squad zero killer. What you can do with this information too is potentially see and expect when certain characters are going to return. We'll talk about what characters will be returning in the coming months soon. And in certain cases, if you are in need of a particular killer and range type, if that Guild Quest phase does happen when a new banner is scheduled to release, you could potentially save for that ahead of time. So another example in this case is that end of the month August will likely feature a melee Aaroniero killer and also a ranged no affiliation killer. As someone like me that wants to improve my ranged no affiliation Guild Quest team, I kind of now want to save orbs for end of the month August. Additionally, we can also potentially now have a look at what killers will be potentially seen during the anniversary. Although keep in mind, we are just looking at a schedule here ahead of time. Not everything is going to line up as I will say in this video, but likely a lot of these will be happening. So with that said, to make it easier for ourselves, I've made my own schedule based off the data that Kayla did provide with us today. And with that, there is a note regarding the release of this particular Guild Quest and what might release alongside it. So just to do a quick TODW, this upcoming end of month, like already mentioned, because of the Guild Quest schedule, is going to feature a ranged sniper killer and also a melee squad zero killer. The week after that, we are going to get a back-to-back Holo Guild Quest phase, featuring both the melee and also range type. And the melee Guild Quest phase is likely to promote the return of Sun, Mila Rose, and also Apache. We also further know this banner will be returning because the second slot for the upcoming Limit Breaker quest that will get announced in a week's time does want you to use Sun. So if you are a fan of the Tres Bestia, they are likely going to return in the second week of July. The following week is going to have the melee Quinty Guild Quest and also the melee Captain Guild Quests. So what this does mean, given that two characters share that killer and range type in a banner, Ichigo and Senjumaru and also Askin are potentially returning near the upcoming anniversary. So this will likely happen around the 14th of July, the second week of July. And this one in a way makes sense too, because you know Caleb wants to rerun one of the best banners that they can rerun before an anniversary. If you're new to the game, it gives you another opportunity to get some of the better characters and more exciting characters that did release at the end of the year, you know, Fullbring Bankai Ichigo and also Bankai Senjumaru. The following week will then be a ranged human and also melee Stamrita. Now, this is where we get into anniversary territory. So any of these upcoming Guild Quest phases, the melee Stamrita, melee Espada, ranged Aranka, and also even melee no affiliation, could be for any of the upcoming Part 1 and Part 2 anniversary units. So the melee Stamrita Guild Quest is available a day after the anniversary does start. This, by all intents and purposes, could be to promote one of those new characters. And then the following week, which I have labeled anniversary, the reason why I'm labeling melee Espada and also range Aranka as the anniversary week is because this is a whole new start to the week, right? It's the first new Guild Quest phase week post anniversary banner. And ultimately, the weirdest part about this is that assuming the next two Guild Quest phases when the anniversary banner releases, you know, is melee Stamrita and melee Espada, does that mean upcoming Part 1 anniversary is going to feature a Stamrita killer and a Espada killer? That'll be very off-putting and weird at the same time, so I'm kind of doubting what will be seen during the upcoming anniversary. I'm really hoping for two killers in my opinion, because while we do need a potential new melee Stamrita killer, I'm open for that. Melee Espada does not need any more new characters, and we'll talk about more of that in a few minutes. But 9th anniversary Kenpachi is like the best character that we can use here, and this character at this point in time can already clear Guild Quest within 3 seconds. if you exclude the 2-second wait time in between each wave. I know Kenpachi shouldn't be the only character to use in this Guild Quest phase, but more so than Gremmy, Kenpachi just does not need any competition because he can already clear as fast as possible. If we were to get a new Espada killer that is better than Kenpachi, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Because sure, they might clear faster, but we're already talking about milliseconds remaining in terms of how fast these characters can potentially clear this quest. So I feel like if we were to get a melee Stammerer killer or a melee Espada killer, it would have to be on characters that have 2 killers. Like, there's no way, I refuse to believe at this point that part 1 will feature 2 characters with non-conventional killers. And what I mean by that is the Stamritter, Squad Zero, Espada Captain killers, for example. However, in the same week of the Espada Guild Quest, we also have ranged Aaroniero. Now, this is definitely one of the more noteworthy ones, and I did predict ahead of time when talking about Bambietta in the recent ranged Aaroniero Guild Quest, is that if Caleb wants to sell an anniversary character even more than the character choice and design, probably the best killer and range type they can do right now is a ranged Aaroniero killer. Because the best character we can use is Zombie Bambietta, and she's not really cutting it in terms of enjoyability and also clear time. So in this same Guild Quest week, you just have 2 opposite ends. A Guild Quest phase that has a character that can clear so fast, we just don't need a new unit. And on the other end, we have a Guild Quest phase that has a character that kind of sucks and needs replacing, in my opinion. So I would like to say for certain, the upcoming 10th anniversary, whether that's part 1, likely part 1, and or part 2, will feature a ranged Aaroniero killer. Right now, I think it's maybe too early to say if we are going to get a melee Espada killer or a melee Stamritter killer. At the same time, though, melee no affiliation Guild Quest will also be active. This will be the first week of August, and likely that could mean that we're going to see a new melee no affiliation killer, likely in part 2 of the anniversary. In that same week, we're going to have the melee Sorbet Guild Quest. Likely this is going to be the return of Giselle, Esnot, and also Oskin as the Magic Society characters. While they are in different weeks, the next Guild Quest phase is the Ranged Captain Guild Quest. And this Guild Quest, I just don't expect to get any new characters because we just got Esnor and we kind of also just more so got Renewed Eisen. Coincidentally, though, in the same week, we also get the Ranged Stamritter Guild Quest, which of course is for the Renewed Byakuya. In any other Guild Quest schedule, this would likely imply that those characters are returning, but they are, at this point in me recording, you're not even a week old just yet. There's no way they're returning in August already. However, the following week does feature a melee Human Guild Quest and also Ranged Quincy Guild Quest. We could potentially see new characters for that. Maybe it's worth mentioning we also could see the return of Esnot, Nanana, and also Driscoll. And these Guild Quest phases could be designed for them because, again, Stamritter Ranged is for Nanana, and then Melee Human is for Driscoll. They happen back to back, so it could be for those characters, but at the same time, it could be for new characters. I know this one will be exciting for a lot of people because the following week, near end of August, we are going to get the Ranged Squad Zero Guild Quest and also Ranged Espada Guild Quests happening in the same week. Pretty much at this point confirms that Fuwalo Ichigo and also Segunda Etapa Ogyura, who released for the 100 million download celebration, will be rerunning, returning near the end of August. And it also lines up too, because again, the week or 2 prior, we should be getting Magic Society return, which did happen before this particular banner. That, of course, then means end of month August can potentially feature a new melee Aaroniero killer and also ranged no affiliation killer. So just based off this Guild Quest schedule, this is what I'm expecting to see in the next 2 months in terms of new character releases and also returning banners. I'm pretty confident in terms of the rerunning characters. I definitely expect Sun, 1000 Year Blood with Ichigo, Senjumaru, for example, Magic Society, and also Ichigo and Ogyura to return within the next 2 months. Likely again when these Guild Quest phases are active. Really the only iffy one in terms of this Guild Quest schedule is the anniversary, because these killers are just weird. And while we're going to be summoning for the anniversary characters regardless, right, it's going to be exciting time. The characters themselves will carry. I'll be pulling for the anniversary units just based off of who they are and what they potentially, play like. In terms of killers, I'm not seeing anything like I need it instantly, besides the Ranger Ranka killer and maybe melee Stamritter. But again, it's just so weird to potentially get a Stamritter and a Sparta killer for part 1 of the anniversary. It just seems unlikely, unless again they're going to have 2 killers. So with that said, let me know what you lads think about the potential killers that will be seen during the anniversary. Are you going to be saving, summoning for any of these upcoming returning characters? And let me know how you lads feel about the way we presented the video today. Normally, we just go into our album and look at each individual killer, and the videos themselves start to go around half an hour long. So I wanted to make this one a bit more concise. But I'll see you lads next time. Take care, and peace.